After the whistle starts at A.R. Simpkins Memorial Field, where Colts quarterback Daniel Farrell faked the handoff to his teammate and then faked out Juniata Valley's defense to take it all the way down to the house to get the 6 points. Let's take another look at that play in slow motion. Farrell there with the first move, bulldozing right through, and then with the second spinning dodge to break through the Hornets defense and get Northern Cambria the score. Hello, Goblins and Ghouls. Welcome to After the Whistle. The PIAA playoffs are here, and every game matters. We'll bring you all the highlights from around the area and more. Live from University Park, I'm Jack Dobbins.
And I'm Monica Wagner. Penn State football is back in action as they take on the number 1 team in the country, Ohio State. After the Whistle starts now. Last year, the Huntingdon Bearcats went 0-10, but this year they're in the playoffs with a 7-3 record. They welcomed the Tyrone Golden Eagles, who haven't lost to Huntingdon since 2019 for this postseason matchup. Both teams run out onto the field for this highly anticipated playoff matchup with much high hopes. In the first quarter, Tyrone quarterback Eli Woomer throws down on third down, but it's intercepted by Huntington's Cole Lane, who takes it 70 yards for the pick six to open the scoring. A great way to start a playoff matchup. Bearcats go up 7-0 after the made extra point. Moving to the second quarter, Huntingdon quarterback Elliot Geisler hands it off to Landon Erdman, who takes it up the middle and fights his way into the end zone for a Bearcats touchdown. 13-0, but Erdman wouldn't stop his scoring there as he takes a direct snap and scores yet another touchdown to extend Huntington's lead to 20-0 after another extra point. Huntington's dominance continued all game, and they defeated Tyrone 42-7. The Bearcats moved on to the District 6 3A championship against Penn Cambria, while the Golden Eagles season ends with a final record of 6-5. Our Game of the Week reporter Kenzie Ferry spent her Halloween in Huntingdon as the Bearcats and the Golden Eagles faced off. Kenzie, how was this spooky showdown?
It was far from terrifying as both teams looked to start their playoffs right. Huntingdon brought home their first playoff win since 2017.
You can feel the presence of the support each and every Friday night and even out in the community. So it's good to get the community back to what they deserve. In tonight's game, senior running back Landon Erdman broke 1,000 rushing yards this season.
It feels great. Last year I came up 200 yards short. I definitely could not do it without my O-line. I thank them every practice for blocking for me.
The Bearcats were 0-10 last year and are now 8-3.
We're all ready to try our hardest in this game, and we ended up pulling through. It's just play after play. We kept the momentum going.
Get this. Earlier this month, the Bearcats lost to Tyrone, but tonight, they never trailed.
It was get back week. That was all we were through Monday through Friday. It was just we got to beat Tyrone. This definitely means a lot for the fans, definitely a lot for previous seniors, definitely a lot for the seniors now.
Tonight's win marks the first time Huntingdon has beaten Tyrone since 2019.
We came out, we played hard on defense. I think that was the biggest difference. I think they scored in 2 plays last time we played them. This time we did really good on defense. I think we had 3 picks, pick 6, almost 2. It's pretty hard to lose when you do that.
Huntingdon will return to the district championship game for the first time since 2017. Back to you guys at the desk.
Penn Cambria looks to get revenge over Forest Hills in the postseason after the Rangers pulled a comeback win over them in the regular season. Strong winds and freezing temperatures weren't enough to stop the energy at this game tonight. Little run out there, American flag, starting off in the middle of the first where Blake Lilly catches a lob over the line from quarterback Brady Jones to put the Panthers up 7-0. Little celebration there in the end zone. We flash forward now to the middle of the second quarter where Xander Richardson powers through and puts Forest Hills on the board. Going for the extra point, Forest Hills drills the bottom of the goalpost. The ball goes flying and just rolls through to make it 21-7. Late in the second, Penn Cambria on the drive looking to respond, and Corbin Finglish says, "I got it," turning on the boosters and takes it 65 yards all the way home, extending the lead to 28-7 at the half. The Panthers would get their revenge over the Rangers, winning the game 41-7. Penn Cambria will play Huntingdon for the District 6 3A championship while Forest Hill's season comes to a close.
Hollidaysburg faced Taylor Alderdice out of District 8, looking to stay undefeated. The Golden Tigers ended the Dragon season last year in the playoffs, so would history repeat itself? The fifth meeting all-time between these two schools, Hollidaysburg would kick off the scoring with a 37-yard scamper by Carter Muth, going untouched to the house, 7-0 Golden Tigers.
He's been incredible all year.
Absolutely. Alderdice would be backed up after a botched kickoff and a fumble recovered by Braven Matthews, making it 14-0. And it's a big man touchdown. Come on, guys, celebrate with the big guy. As the first quarter came to a close, Carter Muth would get his second touchdown of the night from 16 yards out with a nasty juke and shows a little love to the camera. 28-8 Golden Tigers. Hollidaysburg didn't stop scoring and won the game 69-8. The Golden Tigers keep their perfect season going and take on DuBois next week for the 5A championship. These 3A and 5A matchups have really set the tone for the playoffs. We've seen lots of efforts on display this week.
They really are getting after it, Annika. Now it's time to look at scores from some of the other playoff matchups in the area. The playoffs have just begun, but the first round has started off hot.
Now it's time to look at some Center County's playoff teams, but first, some news regarding PIAA basketball. Boys and girls high school basketball may be getting shot clock. The PIAA will meet on December 3rd to vote for a third and final approval of a process that has been ongoing since the summer. If passed, the clock would be implemented in the 2028-29 school year.
Bald Eagle visits Johnstown to face 2A top-ranked undefeated Bishop McCourt. The Crushers average 43 points per game and hold their opponents to 10 or fewer points. It's playoff time at Sargent Stadium as the District 6 2A quarterfinals commence. On Bald Eagle's opening drive, they try to get tricky with a double pass, but it gets picked off by Bishop McCourt's Bainey Bentley in spooky fashion. However, his return would be called back due to a penalty to set up a long Crusher drive. And on that drive, Bentley kept it himself for a short score to make it a 7-0 ball game. Bald Eagles driving and looking to punch it in, but Bishop McCourt's Garrett Faribault strips the ball, turns on the Jets with nobody to beat for a touchdown, making it 19-0 for the Crushers before halftime.
Explosive play.
Bishop McCourt would run away with this one, taking down Bald Eagle with a score of 39-6. Bald Eagle's season comes to an end with a 5-6 record. Bishop McCourt improves to 11-0 and will face Marion Center next week in the District 6 2A semifinals.
Two familiar teams would face off to open up the playoffs in Bellefonte. After meeting last week, Greater Johnstown and the Red Raiders would meet yet again, this time with their seasons on the line. The Red Raiders would take the field and get the ball first to start the game after this coin toss. We picked things up in the first quarter where Bellefonte wasted no time getting on the board as Alton Howell finds Jackson Long for the 68-yard house call to open up scoring for the Red Raiders. And their defense would complement their offense, getting the takeaway on their first defensive possession of the night. Howell and Long would connect yet again on the ensuing drive, making it 14-0 Bellefonte after the first quarter. Bellefonte in punt formation sends it away, and it's muffed by Greater Johnstown. It's Ashton Howell on the recovery, doing it on both ends of the ball, setting up the field goal. The Red Raiders would tack on 3 more and send it 17-0 at the half. Bellefonte would continue to dominate in the second half and go on to win 34-0 over Greater Johnstown. The Red Raiders will play next week, taking on Juniata in the second round of playoffs.
Juniata Valley ended their regular season 8-2 and earned themselves a home playoff matchup against the Northern Cambria Colts. Spooky season continues at A.R. Simpkins Memorial Field in Alexandria. A little moonshot. 2 minutes into the first quarter, and Andrew Clark puts the Hornets on the board with a makeshift tush-push. Little celebration in the end zone, but answering back with a major statement is quarterback Daniel Farrell as he takes this one himself, bobbing and weaving, spinning out of that tackle and showing he's not going down without a fight. This one would go for 76 yards with a missed field goal. Northern Cambria would stay trailing 7-6 at the end of the first.
Who said a quarterback couldn't put up a nasty stiff arm?
Not at all. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Now in the middle of the second quarter, Juniata Valley fumbles the ball and is recovered by Bobby Hess, making this nail-biter even closer. But it wouldn't be enough as the Hornets would come out on top with a 23-20 win over the Colts. Northern Cambria's season comes to an end with a 4-7 record. Juniata Valley moves to 9-2 and advances to play Claysburg-Kimmel in the District 6 1A semifinals.
Bishop Guilfoyle fell to McCourt last week in the Laurel Highlands Athletic Conference Championship, but remained the #1 team in 1A for district playoffs. The cheerleaders are trying to stay warm tonight, and BG's performance certainly helped. Already up 28-0 in the third quarter, running back Keegan Hewitt finds pay dirt from 6 yards out to make it 35-0. Marauders sailing away. Later in the quarter, Purchase Line is trying to drive when Declan Peterson jars the ball free, and Brody Gartman recovers it in the scrum for BG. The kicking game would also get in on the fun as Carter Boland boots a 38-yard kick. The scoring would end there with the Marauders blanking the Red Dragons 38-0. The loss ends Purchase Line's season, while BG will face Homer City in the 1A semifinals. Those 7 playoff games were action-packed. Coming up, we'll preview Penn State's football's bout with Ohio State in Columbus,
as well as our top 3 plays from these postseason showdowns. But first, some scores from across the Commonwealth.
Coach Knowles is extremely smart. He's like a mad scientist in the lab. His approach has been the same whether it was last week at Iowa or this week, against Ohio State.
The Nittany Lions will have to use their level approach and intense preparation to try and take down the #1 Buckeyes.
Our own Mac Leach was at practice this week and got an inside look at Terry Smith's mindset heading into this clash. Mac?
It's been 9 years since Penn State last beat Ohio State, but maybe it's a change in coaching that will bring the Nittany Lions to victory.
2011 interim coach Tom Bradley traveled to the Shoe to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. He walked away with his first win as a head coach. 14 years later, interim head coach Terry Smith is looking to replicate Bradley's success and topple #1 Ohio State. Coming off the bye week, the Nittany Lions hit the road to Columbus as 20.5-point underdogs, but that hasn't shaken their belief in what's possible.
The guys are ready. They know what's in front of them. No one's giving them a chance. And we're just going to stay together and we're going to play hard.
Smith says he knows what it'll take to pull off the upset.
Control the game. We have to outrush Ohio State to have a chance. If we don't do that, it'll be a long Saturday.
Aiding them this time around is a familiar face to the Buckeyes, former Ohio State defensive coordinator Jim Knowles. This time he returns to Columbus sporting blue and white.
And we're very, very close. 4 games, 13 points. It's just we're just trying to find that one thing that gets us over the hump and get the ball to bounce our ways.
Through it all, Smith's mentality has kept the team pushing forward.
He's like an almighty God type of thing. Like, he wants us all to just go hard, effort, and that's it.
And heading into the toughest test of their season, Smith's message remains simple.
And, we want to, we have a saying this week, we're going to chop wood. We've got to be able to chop a redwood tree until it's done.
The last time Penn State beat the #1 team in the AP poll? November 17th, 1990 at Notre Dame. A 24-21 game that Terry Smith scored a touchdown.
Terry Smith.
Our reporter Owen Camaros is in Columbus as the Buckeyes and Nittany Lions write a new chapter in their rivalry, both on the turf and the ice.
Thanks, Mac. Well, tonight, it's hockey between Penn State and Ohio State after the Nittany Lions won Game 1, 3-2 last night in a come-from-behind win. Tomorrow, it'll be football, right over there at the Shoe. Penn State and Ohio State have played there a number of times, but the last time that Penn State has won, it was 2011, right after they fired head coach Joe Paterno. They were under interim head coach Tom Bradley, and they were able to pull out a win versus a very difficult Ohio State team. And that's what they're going to look to do tomorrow, but it's a tough situation for them. Obviously, Ethan Grunkemeyer will be the starting quarterback. There's a bit of a concern about who will be the backup, and for Penn State and Grunkemeyer, this is going to be their toughest test of the season. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Owen. The Nittany Lions play Ohio State tomorrow at noon in Columbus. You can listen to the game on Comm Radio with Michael Landis and Owen Camaros on the call.
It was a frightfully fantastic week of playoff football.
With plenty of tricks and treats, our own Michael Fechter is in the studio with this week's top 3 plays.
Thanks, guys. The first week of playoffs had a lot of action. Here are tonight's top 3 plays. At number 3, we have Norman Cambria's Daniel Farrell, who takes the handoff before cutting to the outside, stiff arms a man, hits a spin on the sideline, galloping before turning upfield, finishing the 76-yard run to the house. That would make a score 7-6 after the missed extra point. And he's celebrating with the big man. At number 2, we have Belfont's Alton Howell, who throws the screen pass to Jackson Long for a captain-to-captain, my captain connection, as he turns on the Jets, and nobody's catching him as he runs in for the ultimate touchdown. And our top play of the night, Grady Fisher takes the snap, trying to sneak it in before he is robbed by Garrett Farbaugh, and who has no man to beat, no man in sight, and 6 points for the Crushers as they get crushed in all momentum to a win. It was sure some exciting playoff football and even better top plays. Back to you guys at the desk.
The bands at Belfont and Juniata Valley may have missed out on trick-or-treating, but they were still in the Halloween spirit. The Hornets band taking their seats. Is that a minion I see there? Mario, some great costumes, right?
Absolutely. I mean, is that a bee leading the charge?
It looks like it. Man, this is a great crew right here, playing some music for the stadium.
Absolutely, Jack. What are you dressing up as this year?
I'm dressing up as an After the Whistle reporter, believe it or not.
That's crazy. That's my costume too. I can't believe it.
Wow, would you look at that? What are the odds? That's going to do it for us this week on After the Whistle. For more updates about our show and more coverage of our games, make sure to follow us on X, TikTok, and Instagram at ATWPSU. I'm Jack Dobbins.
And I'm Annika Wagner. Tune in next week for more highlights from around District 6 and, of course, Penn State football. But happy Halloween to you guys. Come back next week right here on After the Whistle.